Dear aspirants, the study of Indian culture should be of great interest, but the method of its study should be appropriate. A very common question asked by the candidate is which book should be considered the foundation for the study of culture? If we suggest one such book for the study of culture, then candidates has to face two types of problems. First, no such book available that accommodate the scope of culture which is suitable for the main examination as well as preliminary examination. Secondly, with the help of related book, candidates start collecting facts from an abundance of literature, architecture, sculpture, paintings, etc., and will not be able to establish coherence between those facts. Therefore, the sooner those facts one can remember, more quickly they will forget. This intellectual struggle will continue for 2 weeks, then the book will adorn the part of the bookshelf. To understand the seriousness of preparation, we suggested candidates that they should analyze the questions papers of both prelims and mains examination from 2013 to 2023 for 10 years. So, in light to this, the scope of the questions asked in the examination will be known. The range of the questions in the mains examination is much diverse. The scope of mains question extended from Tandav dance and Chola art to Sangam literature and up to urban civilization, Mesolithic art, and cultural diversity of India. The format of some questions is so complex and diverse where bookish knowledge remain insufficient. For example, describe, so I'm giving an example of some previous year questions. I have 6 examples. Describe any 4 cultural elements of diversity in India and rate their relative significance in building a national identity. I'm repeating again. Describe any 4 cultural elements of diversity of India and rate their relative significance in building a national identity. Second question. Despite the specific geographical location, Taxila could not get university status while Nalanda was a university. Examine. Mesolithic rock. So, third question. Mesolithic rock cut architecture of India not only reflects the cultural life of the times but also a fine aesthetic sense comparable to modern painting. Critically evaluate this comment. Fourth question. Initial Buddhist stupa art, while depicting folk themes and stories, magnificently illustrated Buddhist ideals. Explain. I'm repeating again. Initial Buddhist stupa art, while depicting folk themes and stories, magnificently illustrated Buddhist ideals. So, somewhere it talks about Buddha ideology and philosophy, uh, Bud- Buddha periods, folk dance, folk themes, and stories, their art, and explanation regarding that. I also don't know much about it as I am also reading it for the first time. Fifth question. What are the challenges to our cultural practice in the name of secularism? What are the challenges to our cultural practices in the name of secularism? Sixth, do we have cultural pockets of small India all over the nation? Elaborate with examples. To attempt the above questions, one should have a holistic approach. In the first question, explain the 4 factors of cultural diversity in ancient time and medieval time and elaborate that how it can inculcate sense of university unity in diversity. Similarly, answer writing for all subsequent questions, it expected a holistic approach. So it has given analysis of the first question, wherein I have to write four factors of cultural diversity in ancient time and medieval time. And also I have to question is asking to elaborate that how it can inculcate sense of unity in diversity. As you know, question is asking rate their relative significance in building a national identity. Okay. In the preliminary examination, the scope of questions is even significantly more specific. This fact can be understood through some following examples. First, with reference to the religious history of India, consider the following statements. First, concept of, so this is the statement. I am reading some of the PYQs. Moving ahead, I will be reading four previous year questions, previous year questions. So listen to me very carefully the question and also the options. With reference, first question, with reference to the religious history of India, consider the following statements. Option 1, the concept of Bodhisattva is central to Himalayan sect of Buddhism. Second option, Bodhisattva is a compassionate one on his way to enlightenment. Option third, Bodhisattva delays achieving his own salvation to help all sentiments being on their path to it. Which of the statement given above is or are correct? And there's option 1 only, 2 and 3, 2 only, 1, 2 and 3. So you can see the difficulty level. First we have the option, and then among the option we have this options like 1 or 2. So it needs quite specific knowledge and learning. Second question, with reference to the cultural history of medieval India, consider the following statements. Option 1, Siddhas bracket Sitaras, Sitars to Tamil region were monotheistic and condemned idolatry. Option 2, Lingayat of Kannad region questioned the theory of rebirth and rejected the caste hierarchy. Question, I'm repeating the question, with reference to the cultural history of medieval India, consider the following statements. So this question is from medieval history culture part. Third, Kalamkari painting refers to. So this question is from paintings part, PYQ of prelims. Option A hand painted cotton textile in South India. Option B, a handmade drawing on bamboo handicrafts in Northeast India. Option C, block printed wooden cloth in Western Himalayan region of India. Option D, a hand painted decorative silk cloth in northwestern India. Question 4, national motto of India Satyamev Jayate inscribed below the emblem of India is taken from A. Kathopanishad, B. Chandayog Upanishad, C. Aitreya Upanishad, D. Mundak Upanishad. So you can see the difficulty level of the questions also for both prelims and mains. For prelims, we need to be more specific while learning. We need to understand the technicalities and minority points, like minor point needs much attention, much. So yeah, moving ahead, in adding to the above questions, there are also questions related to the literature, ethnicity and tribal groups, etc. Considering the diversity of the questions and comprehensiveness of the topic, mere knowledge is not enough, but culture should be considered as a catalyst of intellectuality. Mere knowledge would not help. It should become part of your intellectuality. It's not much difficult, but it required to apply a logical or pragmatic approach. In fact, this logical approach will also be applicable to other subjects in general studies. In four papers of general studies, the candidates have to study about 13 subtopics, including contemporary issues. Aspirants has to bear such a huge intellectual overload alone, that too in a situation when they did not get any intellectual training from the university education system. Therefore, it is necessary to adopt practical method of study. It is required to emphasize two things under this strategy. Firstly, each topic is interconnected with each other, so the study of each topic makes the study of second topic easier, and this provides knowledge of the entire subject area. Secondly, during studies, try to establish the interlinking of topics from one subject to another. This will increase interest in the subject matter, and it will also be easier to remember the facts. We will begin this method of study with the study of culture and heritage. Candidates can also use this approach in study of other subjects. To develop a holistic approach on culture and heritage, knowledge of the following aspects is necessary: to explore the meaning of culture and heritage, methodology of study to develop a comprehensive understanding of culture and heritage, study of culture, knowing the importance of study of literature and art, to understand the importance of interdisciplinary approach in the study of culture. So these are some important aspects which are important to develop a holistic approach on culture. Firstly, while starting art and culture, you have to explore the meaning. What exactly it means when we talk about culture and heritage. Second point, to develop a comprehensive understanding of culture, we need to follow a method of study, and that method of study is to underline the changes in religion, literature, art from ancient to modern period. Underline the changes is most important thing. Third point is knowing the importance of study of literature and art and culture. Why are we even studying this? It is important to know, only then it will develop a real understanding of culture. Fourth point is to understand the importance of interdisciplinary approach. Why we this so always tell about having this interdisciplinary approach, because under this there is need to assess the impact of culture on foreign policy, economy, constitution, and on national building. So that is it for this video. In the next video we will start understanding the meaning of culture and heritage.